Okay, guys, I'm going to try to start reviewing comics and I'm going to try to do one every day. I'm not guaranteeing that, but I'm going to give it a try. So let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm going to review The Amazing Spider Man, not the movie, but the actual comic. So first, I'll start off with the cover. And the cover is an initial attraction because they have the Fantastic Four on it. So anybody seeing it will obviously wonder why the Fantastic Four is in an Amazing Spider Man issue. So it's a good ploy to get people to want to buy the comic. So let's go to the plot. The first part of the story is about the space missile or the space capsule, whatever. So the space capsule begins to malfunction, and it's Spider-Man's job to get them the space guidance capsule unit, and he has to get it back in time, and he's the only one that can do it since it's in the air. And hopefully this was to get J. Jonah Jameson to kind of appreciate Spider-Man more. At least that was sort of the thought behind it, but that really didn't work out. I mean, Spider-Man was trying to do it to save his life, but he also wanted J. Jonah Jameson to give him a little bit more respect, and you would think saving his son's life would accomplish that, but not really. Anyway, he succeeds, and the next day or the next morning, I forget, he reads the newspaper, and of course, he still is labeled a menace. So it really didn't affect or help him in that situation. So J. Jonah Jameson still gonna hate. Haters gonna continue to hate, I guess. And J. Jones Jameson is one of the biggest. So Spider-Man, at least he did save his life. I think Spider-Man should have focused on that more because you always gonna have haters. I know the newspaper is influencing a lot of other people though, so it's not just him. It's the people that he also influenced, and that's even shown in this issue as well. Spider-Man's first villain was actually the Chameleon, which, I mean, that's probably going to be a surprise for some people because you might think it was the Green Goblin, somebody else. But no, it was actually the Chameleon. And it's actually a great story to put in the first issue because it deals with, already in the first part of the story, we had a lot of people questioning if Spider-Man's good or not thanks to J. Jonah Jameson. And this guy's going to add more pressure into it by disguising himself to be Spider-Man. And not only that, but before he went on to take on the Chameleon, he went to the Fantastic Four, and there was a lot of miscommunication there. There was a lot of miscommunication by Spider-Man and a lot of failed attempts at him thinking that it was going to be a positive, and it turned out to be a negative. He thought saving John Jonah Jameson's life would get J. Jonah Jameson to respect him more, and he thought working with the Fantastic Four would help him get money. Both of those didn't work out. Yeah, pretty much bad, terrible, horrible planning by Spider-Man right there in the first issue. But anyway, on to the Chameleon. His plan is to disguise himself as Spider-Man and steal the missile defense plans. Kinda a little lucky here, actually, that the plan didn't really work out, because if Spider-Man didn't rip the uniform, he probably would have succeeded. So it wasn't even Spider-Man really rescuing the day. It was a little bit more of a luck that kind of got the Chameleon in the end. So there is that. And as for the illustrations of the comic, I felt the illustrations in this comic for this time period was really good. I felt they did a great job with the details, the scenery. It was a really great job for that time period during the 60s, I think. As for the rating, I will give this, I think I'll give it a, let's see, rating. I'm going to give it a 8.5. I think that's a good rating for this first issue. Close to a 9, but you know what? I think I'll give it an 8.7. Nah, 8.8. That's my final rating, 8.8. This is kind of off the top of my head. I didn't really plan the rating I was going to give it, but I'm going to give it an 8.8. I feel 8.5 is too low and 9 is a little too high. So I think that's perfect, right in between there. So that is the first issue of Amazing Spider-Man. I will continue to review other comics and more. Thank you, guys.